This is the plaintiff, Christina Hand. She says she's a swimsuit model, and she hired the defendant to custom make her some bathing suits because she wants to become a designer and sell her own brand. The defendant didn't deliver what she designed. She was clearly in over her head, and she wants all of the $1,240 she paid her returned. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Sharon. She says she made some swimsuit samples for the plaintiff's Mommy and Me line, and she delivered on the order. The plaintiff then got mad at her because she thought she was being overcharged, and she posted a negative review about her. They had a deal. She delivered on the deal and owes this wannabe nothing. She's accused of being all wet.
All parties, please raise your right hand. The People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Leontown presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Hand, you are suing Ms. Sharon for the return of $1,240 that you paid her because, according to you, the product she gave you was subpar. Tell me how it is that you know of her and what it is that you asked her to do.
I met her at a video release party. That's where I met her and her brand at the same time. I actually just went to enjoy myself. And by the end of the night, I ended up interviewing her, which we built our connection from there.
All right, so go on.
So basically, I also model with my daughter. So I wanted to create a Mommy and Me swimwear line. And I thought she would be like the actual perfect person to do it. I mean, I loved her brand. I loved the way that she kind of does her own thing. And I thought it would be a great touch to my stuff. And
how old's your daughter?
She's 6.
Okay, so go on.
Yeah. So I actually thought she would be a great fit, and it would be great to have somebody who's locally, obviously Black owned. I thought that was important. And she actually decided to do the actual styles that I wanted, and everything was great. Everything seemed like it was going perfectly fine.
Well, what did you tell her you wanted? What is it you told her you wanted?
So I wanted 2 different styles for Mommy and Me. She was supposed to make the 2 adult styles, actually just make it miniature for the Mommy and Me. But it's 2 styles for each design. Now it's extra small, medium, and large. So it's 4 sizes each. Then she was supposed to design the mask, which were supposed to be all for the adults.
Okay, so Ms. Hand, did you give her like a specific design that you wanted her to make? Or did you send her pictures? How did you do it?
So I sent her a picture. We talked about it on the phone. I sent her something very, very simple. All the colors were there. The designs were there. The outline of the wrap was there. The only thing that wasn't in the photo was the mask, which she said that she can just make, which was fine because it's only 4 masks. So I didn't think anything of it.
Okay, I have up now this picture that appears to be a screenshot of is this what you texted her?
Yes.
Okay, do we agree on that? Is this what she texted you, Ms. Sharon?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go on. So you text her that and you tell her, I want this cover up, this bikini.
Right.
Right. And how many bathing suits total were you going to have?
So there's 24, 26, I would say.
16.
16?
Well, the swimwear, everything included is like 26 altogether.
Okay. So tell me, so what happens? What goes wrong?
So probably the due date was actually supposed to be a month after we discussed it, and I sent her the deposit. I called her like in between, since she didn't send me no pictures of fabric, no pictures of designs, nothing. She sent me absolutely nothing. At the same time, I was opening up my salon, so I really didn't have time to like contact her.
What kind of salon were you opening up?
I have a nail salon.
Okay, go on.
So I'm trying to get everything together with that. But I did end up calling her to just try to figure out like, hey, what's going on? Can I see anything? She's like, oh, no, I don't want you to see anything right now. And it's going to come out really beautiful. I promise. She's like, I'm not at home right now. Basically, I'm on a trip. So she's like, I'll handle everything when I get back and I'll have it done by the due date.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, no problem.
So does she finally tell you, yes, they're done? Tell me what happens. Let's fast forward to that point. How long were they late?
So this was like yes, they were late.
How late
she
were
was
they?
supposed to deliver it to me at the beginning of May, and she actually gave it to me at the end of May, which, okay, I was fine with because she said everything was going to be nice, everything was going to be fine. I still had enough time to actually shoot everything before I was going to actually have it put in a boutique. She actually says she's going to be on her way to bring me to swimwear. I sent her the deposit, the other half of the deposit. So she
Before
said she's less than
getting
an
it?
hour away.
Well, why don't you
Yep.
wait until you see them?
Because she just reassured me it was going to be so nice.
Yeah, but
So
you
honestly,
hadn't
I
sent her
never thought
you
anything
hadn't
of it.
sent her the rest of the money the whole time. The idea
know.
is that you're going to wait until after you get the stuff before you and you're satisfied before you pay the rest of the money.
I know.
All right. So when she comes over and she shows you the bathing suits, what do you say?
So she only brought me the wraps.
So she comes with the wraps, and the wraps are fine. You're happy with the wraps. And then what happens?
I actually wasn't happy with the wraps, but she convinced me that it was really good fabric. She was like, oh no, trust me, you're going to like it with the actual swimwear.
Do you have the wraps with you?
Yes, can definitely show you. So this is nothing like the photo. This is just something that she just cut in half, and then she put a slit in the top of it. And then this is not even fully done. And then you can see where she actually stitched it. And then this is basically little gift wrap.
Well, but that's supposed to be the belt?
This is supposed to be a belt. And it's no hooks on it to actually hook it onto this at all. So
why would she convince you that they're great then?
Because she spent all of this money on the fabric and all of these things.
Okay. All right. So when did the bathing suits come in?
I would say like a month later.
Okay.
And the first batch. So that was the first batch. So I'm not gonna lie, she did say that she would do it over, but at no cost to me. At this point, I'm like,
wait, what was wrong with the first batch?
Completely dirty. What she gave me was dirty on the crotch. It literally had blood on it. You can see that.
You've been very clear. I do not need any more explanation. So you tell her, what's this? Like right in person. She's in front of you delivering them and you show them to her?
So no. So the first time she actually dropped it off, she dropped it off to me, and I had her and I had a client meet with me at my house at the same time. I had literally like 30 minutes from what I was doing already, trying to finish up a client, talking to her, which the client as well heard the conversation where she was telling me, oh, these are just samples. So they weren't even supposed to be the original thing. Then her story switched up later once I already had it, because she's going to redo it, obviously.
Right.
So when she tells me, like, no, those are the bathing suits.
The dirty one? The dirty ones?
The dirty ones.
So
yes.
when you point that out to her, what does she say?
That's what she says, that basically they were samples and this is basically what I ordered. No, we never spoke about samples. She told me I needed to do a minimum order quantity, which is why I did extra small, small, medium, large. I wouldn't purchase samples and have each size. That doesn't make any sense. I would have ordered the style or each style for her to do it that way. But since she had her
let me hear from you, Ms. Sharon. What
situation-
exactly was going on here? Because it sounds like she describes a situation where you bit off more than you can chew. So talk to me and tell me your side of things.
She reached out to me in April. She talked to me about wanting to do a mommy and me shoot, I believe she has this Instagram. She said, Yogi, mommy and me, something like that. And we talked about it at a fashion show of mine a while back. And so in April, she said she was ready to do this mommy and line, that summer was coming and she would like to shoot with her daughter. And so she said to me, this is what I saw off Instagram. And she sent me a picture of what she wanted as far as inspiration. The clothing in that's not a cover up. So that's not part of, I have the messaging of every single bit of this transaction.
I don't know what you're saying. The clothing is not a cover up. I don't know what you're saying. What do you mean?
The clothing in that picture, that dress in that picture is not a cover up. So she asked, that's a dress in that picture. So she only referred to the bathing suits there. And then she said she would want some cover up as well. And then I asked her, what would you want me to do? Do you want me to follow the colors? What do you want me to do? She said, be creative. And obviously as a designer, I'm not going to create the exact same thing that she sent me in that picture.
Well, I mean, they're pretty basic. It's not like anybody invented, the...
May I continue, please?
Yep.
So I wouldn't copy the exact same things that she sent me, because then I would be stealing somebody else's design.
Like I said,
but
look,
anyway,
wait, hold on. This design is a very standard design. There's nothing unique about it. It's copied a million times throughout the industry. I've worn every one of these, even when I had no business wearing them. So it's not that unique. It's not like this is a cartoon picture of basically a one piece, a bikini, and then a strapless bikini. It's not like particularly innovative, but
okay.
But
May I
so go
continue,
on.
if that's
You
okay?
may continue,
Okay,
but I
thank
will
you.
be interrupting you. I want you to know. Go ahead. All right, so go on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. So she said she wanted that, and she said be creative. So that means she gave me the freedom to create or tweak some things. And so I made the cover ups first. And in May, I delivered the cover ups to her. We'd been talking back and forth for us to meet, and we eventually met up. And then when I delivered the cover ups, a few hours later, she told me that she looked through them and that she loved them. And then I said, okay, then can't wait for you to see the bathing suits as well. I do have the text messaging of her saying she loved them.
Hold on one
And
second.
so,
I'm looking through the text messages now, and
yeah.
she says, you pick design, be creative. When you brought her the first stuff and the stuff was dirty, what was that stuff that you were bringing
So
her?
let me even explain that. So it's important for me to bring them out to show her what I'd made. So I was putting everything out on a table, which is outside making nails of a client. And so I was putting them on this table and, bringing them each one after the other and putting them on the table. As I will put them back in the bag so that she could take it inside, I said to her, I think that the table had maybe some rust or some dust. And I said, I think there might be some dust from me doing this. So if you don't mind possibly having it cleaned. And she said, my mom will wash it, is what she said to me. And just so you know, everything that was made for Christina. And so I wouldn't wear these pieces for there to be period blood on it or whatever.
What is
she
this a
says
picture
was
of,
on it.
Ms. Hand? What is this a picture of?
So that one is just actually all of the stitching, the material. She said that she spent so much money on all this material. So I did ask her for receipts for all the stuff that she did buy. So I just took a picture of everything that I did have.
What's the embroidery? You like the embroidery? You don't like the embroidery?
Nope, never asked for embroidery. The only thing I asked for was fringe. So this is something that she already had. And my mom, she looked at the quality of it. She said, yeah, she probably already had this. So that's even a different fabric than the fabric that she actually used to create the swimwear. So that's how I knew it wasn't anything that she recently made.
What is this? Is this the crotch we're talking about?
So I hadn't.
Rust to me, and that's very specific in the area where it is actually. So
Okay.
So I
all right,
hadn't.
look, the bottom line is, let's try to get past the first time. You bring these bathing suits to her, then you take them back, and then you're going to, quote, redo them. But why do you say you're going to redo them if there's nothing wrong with them?
It's right there. She said to me that she didn't like them. The fabric, she didn't like the fabric.
So you
I said, I
say,
will make
let
them
me
in
make her
another
happy.
fabric.
I'm going to make them from another fabric. So you go and you make them
Exactly.
from another fabric, and you bring those to her on what date?
I think July 5th, we did the exchange.
Okay. And when you do the exchange in July, does she look at them?
Yes, I brought everything out one after the other. She said she loved them. She loved the fabric, and I delivered them.
Okay.
And mind you, we still spoke like 2 days after that. So if there was anything wrong with them, would have informed me of that.
Well, let me see. Hold on one second. When I look at the text, let me see if that is accurate.
I delivered them in person, by the way.
Right. But you said you spoke 2 days after that. You mean in text?
Yeah, we spoke in text because I was going to make an appointment to make my nails with her. So she asked me what my availability was 2 days after.
Okay, that's true because I did see that text. So why in those 2 days weren't you looking at it to see the quality and get mad? According to her, you didn't get mad again until a month later. So why did so much time pass?
I was mad, and I actually didn't do her appointment. Didn't want to actually do her nail service, to be honest, but I was still trying to keep that friendly relationship.
Okay.
And then just from the history, and we know a lot of the same people, so we're ultimately going to see each other again. So I was just not trying to make any, confrontation or anything, because she seemed like she really just felt some type of way that I didn't like it the first time. So she just, again, made something completely different from the first batch and completely different from the photos. So
but in fairness, hold on one second. You said be creative. Use your creativity. You weren't exactly giving some explicit orders. You got to be honest about that because I've read the text. Now, hold on one second and let me see. So here's a second batch. So tell me what this picture depicts that you do not like.
The stitching, the fabric, everything.
And your answer to that is that these are samples, correct?
That's not my answer to that.
Okay.
That these are samples because I gave them to her. I showed them to her. It is a bathing suit someone would wear.
Okay.
And if Christina mentioned to me that she didn't like it, I would have made it a third time.
Okay. All right. So you bring these
And-
to her,
and I
and
do have-
not
and I
only
asked
does
her,
she
"Do
not
you wear
complain on
them?"
that day, but she asks you several days later whether you want to make an appointment to get a gel manicure, correct?
Correct.
Let me see the text. When does everything go south on the texts? Like, when is the first time you
In
find
August.
out that she's upset?
In August. In August.
So it's a month
So
later?
a month after.
And how do
Yeah.
you find out that she's upset?
She started being a bit hostile. We've had a good relationship, and $1,200, I don't think it's worth throwing away that.
On July 7th, you dropped off the bathing suits when?
July 5th.
All right, on July 7th, hey, love, today, same time, I'm feeling better. Slept last 2, probably all I need. This is what, trying to set up the gel?
Yes.
Okay, but in
Yes.
the afternoon, let's see if I can make it. And then nobody says anything else.
And then
There's nothing else said. And then
nobody says
don't
anything.
interrupt me.
Yeah.
I interrupt you. You don't interrupt me. And then on August 3rd, good morning, Christina. Can we meet today? She says, I'm not interested in talking. I would like a full refund. It doesn't work that way, Christina. If not, I'll have to go the legal route. What you did twice is not justified. She says, I'll be sure to let everyone know as well. Never would have expected this from you. What happened between July 7th and August 3rd that made you go this nuts, Christina? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
After a while, I just kind of just got fed up because why am I going to let someone do this to me?
Do you have the swimwear with you right now? You have all the swimwear with you right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, pull it out and show me everything you feel is wrong with it.
Okay. So this is undone. And then
What do you mean? No, stop. What do you mean this is undone? I did not understand you.
This is supposed to be connected. It's a swimwear. But she expects people to tie it. Now I'm going to show you how it looks tied. No one's going to be able to fit this whatsoever. Like, nobody is going to be able to fit this. The crotch part is too long. Then there's other people.
No, don't go on to the next. Stop. I need you to show me.
Yeah. Okay,
wait,
so look.
each complaint.
Yeah.
What is that? A bikini bottom?
This is supposed to be a bottom. No one's crotch is going to be able to fit this. Nobody's crotch.
Okay, go on.
My crotch should be hanging out here.
Okay. Show me the next one.
Stitching. This one, right? This one actually connected on the sides, which is what I was explaining to you before, right? This is what it looks like on the inside. So it's not even fully cut here. And then look, when you actually hold it up, one side is wider than the other side. So even though it has like, crotch here, this side is a lot shorter than this side. So is that as if I had one large leg and one smaller leg?
Okay, go on.
And then this is supposed to be a top.
For who? Child or
I guess
adult?
the kid. I don't know. They're not labeled.
How can those seams be the way it's going to look, Miss Sharon?
On them.
I don't care about labels. Can you tell me how the seams can be the way those seams look? Like, how is that a final product?
Oh.
Like that. Like, I wouldn't wear a bathing suit that had that seam because that would be super bulky. That's just like a really quick job, boom, 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 with a sewing machine. So how is that like a final product that, look, this is what it's going to look like and be a sample? Yes, I'll order 1,000. How can that be? Miss Sharon, do you have an answer for me? Miss Sharon?
I don't have an answer for you.
Okay, go ahead. What's wrong with that one?
The crotch is supposed to obviously come out. If someone was to wear this, their butt crack would be showing, or vice versa in the front. And then the same thing, this is at the end.
Okay. All right,
so
go ahead.
this is
I got it. Put it down. I got it.
Can I see
Yeah, hold
that
on.
part
You have
again,
anything
please?
else, or have I seen everything now, Miss Hand?
I mean, it's up to you if you want to just see.
Yeah, I just want to see all the evidence.
Okay.
That's kind of the way I roll.
This one, it's not finished. So you can see it's not cut. It's still stitched exactly where she did it.
Okay.
It's just not fully done.
Yeah, Miss Sharon, go ahead and respond to the things that we were just looking at.
That part, if you notice, there's an exact portion that stays open in the seam and all of that. And that's so that if I need to change anything, it's easy for me to open it up and then I can do the entire thing again.
Okay.
And
but here's the thing. This should be a final product, and it's not a final product. Based on what I'm looking at, I'm going to order the return of the plaintiff's money, $1,240. Verdict for the plaintiff.
So the plaintiff prevails. She's going to get her money back. Ms. Sharon, let me ask you, what are you thinking right now? You're not too happy, are you?
I don't have any thoughts right now.
Not at all? Do you think the plaintiff was right in telling you?
I do feel like I was bullied in the midst of this, and throughout this I was trying to respect someone that I once called a friend. And so for me it's sometimes it's hard to separate that from trying to do a good deed. And so it is what it is. And that friendship unfortunately is gone to this transaction. So
All right. Well, I'm sorry, but that's the way the judge decided, and you got to live with it. You got to give her back the $1,240. Ms. Hand, I would assume you feel much better now. The judge puts you through the mill, but anyway, you did win. What do you think?
I'm happy. I'm happy what she decided, because she shouldn't have she shouldn't have done it in the first place. If she couldn't give me the quality that I asked for, she shouldn't have done it in the first place. So I'm happy.
I think it's pretty plain you're not going to go back to Sharon again for any more product. Would that be right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, not at all. I'm not surprised at that. Okay. Well, congratulations. You are going to get your money back. It was worth suing.
Doug, I have to tell you, this is a perfect case where the specs that you have going into a contract will determine whether you end up in a lawsuit. The more specific you can be about what has to be done, the better. And that should include diagrams, even photos. The more specific, the more protected you are.
Tell us about a unique family tradition that you practice in your home.
Well, let's see. I mean, we have a lot of traditions. I don't know if they're necessarily unique. We watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade while we're cooking on Thanksgiving.
Right.
We celebrate Noche. Oh, I know one thing that we do.
Go ahead.
That I love, that we've done it with each child. As they've gone off to college.
Right.
We were big fans of the show Modern Family.
That's right.
And when Phil takes his eldest daughter to college, he has a T-shirt made that says, Dunphy Moving Company, and has a picture of the two of them and their child as a child.
When
they
she
were
was
toddler.
really little, he or she was little, right.
We have made that to actually one of our employees at the People's Court has done me the favor
of creating them.
Of creating that T-shirt for each of our kids when we've moved them into the dorms.
We always wear it.
You always wear
I always
it.
do, to thoroughly humiliate them.
To thoroughly humiliate. Schlesinger Moving Company. It'll be a
toddler.
A picture of them as a toddler.
Right.
You wear it the whole time. You sweat into it, and then you give it to them, and then they sleep in it. Right.
That's true. That's true.